नमस्कार, लाइट ऑफ नेशन लॉ न्यूज़ में आप सभी दर्शकों का स्वागत है। फोटो प्रदर्शनी द्वारा भारत के लोगों की मासूमियत, सुंदरता व खुशी को प्रदर्शित किया। मनाली इजरायली हाउस ओल्ड मनाली में एक फोटो प्रदर्शनी का सफल आयोजन किया गया। ये फोटो प्रदर्शनी मुख्य रूप से भारत के लोगों की महान संस्कृति व अनेकता में एकता की एक झलक थी। अरेंज खगनोविट्स, जो एक इजरायली फोटोग्राफर है और विश्व के कई देशों में फोटो प्रदर्शनी कर चुके हैं, अगले महीने ही एक बड़ी प्रदर्शनी दुबई में स्थित जर्मन दूतावास में होने वाली है। पिछली पूरी दुनिया में इन तस्वीरों के माध्यम से खुशी व एक गहन चिंतन का विषय जीवंत कर रहे हैं। ओल्ड मनाली में ऐसी फोटो प्रदर्शनी का आयोजन होना व राष्ट्रीय व अंतर्राष्ट्रीय लोगों के लिए इस प्रदर्शनी का हिस्सा बनना अपने आप में एक सुनहरा पल था। अरेंज ने भारत यात्रा के दौरान हर एक फोटो में भारत के लोगों की मासूमियत, सुंदरता व खुशी को प्रदर्शित किया है। अरेंज इन फोटो के द्वारा भारत देश को धन्यवाद देते हैं कि इस महान देश की यात्रा के दौरान जो सुनहरी यादें संजोई है, उन पलों के लिए भारत व इस देश के वासियों का दिल से धन्यवाद करते हैं। देखिए लाइट ऑफ नेशन की खास रिपोर्ट।
First, you can introduce yourself.
Okay, hello. My name is Eres Kaganovich. I'm the photographer. I'm a photojournalist based in Israel, in Tel Aviv, and I'm the creator of the Humans of India exhibition. And I really, really love India. I've been to India almost 5 times: 2006, 2008, 2009, 2011, and I came here again in 2023. And I think that India is one of the most fascinating and incredible places on earth, so I always come back.
And we want to know that how long passionately you're doing this photography.
So photography, I think that the first time that I realized that I'm going to be a photographer that when I was like in 7th grade, and they took us to see a movie in the cinema called Cinema Paradiso. It's a movie, it's an Italian movie. It's about the love of photography and film, and something about that film made me feel really connected to making pictures. And ever since that day, I thought that I'm going to be a photographer. Actually, photography for me, I started with video, but it exploded in 2006 while I was in India. And I remember that, coming to India, I felt like my photography chakra just opened, because there's so many Kodak moments in India. Every place you actually, going around in the street, you have something that you can actually capture. And there's so many stories, and it's so colorful. And it's, for me, it's a playground for a photographer to arrive and to be in India.
As we've seen today, on your each and every pictures, so much diversity of India, and that really fascinates us as being as Indian. And we want to know, today in this exhibition, you had mostly Israelis took the part for the exhibition to come and show, or there were some other people as well?
Don't really. What do you mean?
I'm saying, when you done this exhibition today, were there mostly Israelis, or there were a different nationality people as well came?
It was open to the public, and there were majority of Israelis, but it was also Indians and locals. And I think the great thing about photography is that it actually, connects people, and because it's art, and it doesn't matter if you don't speak the same language, but you can speak, art as its own language, and you can see a picture, and you have your own connotation. And people can have a conversation about photography, and this is the great thing about art. And I think that, we spoke about, the Indian society and the Israeli society. And I think that one of the things that really connects India and Israel, it's the diversity and the multiculturalism. And when you come to India, you see this range of different people and different culture and different way of life. And I think this is the same thing about Israel. But, India is such a big place. And Israel is actually, Israel is actually could be a suburb, of Delhi or Mumbai. It's around 10 million people. But even though it's a small country, it's really diverse, and you have so many people from all around the world. And I think this is one of the things that, India might be, 1.4 billion people, and Israel is only 10 million people. But the diversity in both of the places is actually amazing.
what thing makes you to come again and again to this country?
I think it's actually Dylan's cookies. That's the thing that makes me, come every couple of years. It's the food, it's the people, it's the fact that I think that the Israelis and Indians have the same mentality. Just look at their body language and see how they're actually speaking and how they're actually behaving, and how actually they're carrying themselves. And I think this is one of the things that makes the bond between Indians and Israelis so great and so amazing. And traveling in India, sometimes I feel like when I'm meeting Indians, I feel like I'm back home in Tel Aviv or in Israel, because we have the same mentality and the same way of thought.
So the last question, your message to this big, huge country, to India.
My message to India, I can say that the first time I came to India was in 2006, then 2008, 2009, 2011, and today 2023. And I think that right now India is actually on steroids. The development of India is mind-blowing. I remember that in 2006 I saw only ambassadors, the white cars, and there was no so many ACs, and the infrastructure in India wasn't that good. But jumping ahead to 2023, it's amazing. You don't see any ambassadors. There are only SUV jeeps. India has changed. It's changed dramatically. You just landed an aircraft, a spaceship to the moon, so that is amazing. And I think India is amazing. I hope that India will be able to actually to maintain its. And I would like to end with a quote of Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India. There is a famous book in Israel called Road Journey, and a famous journalist from Israel actually came to India in 1949. And he met Nehru and all the governments. And you've got to remember that Israel and India actually got their independence from the British within a year, exactly. And this guy from Israel, the journalist, Azriel Karlibach, is coming to Nehru and he's asking him, "Dear Mr. Prime Minister, can you please tell me what is the difference between India and the Western world?" And Nehru is actually looking at the journalist, and he tells him, "Listen, in the West, it's all about doing. In India, it's all about being." So I think it changed, but you still have this balance, between doing and being.